Yeah, flights fly by, some shit ain't cool. Now we in our time. Make me wanna roll a couple blunts and sit back and open up a couple of brews. Now we in our time. Girl, where you at? Got me feeling like my life is starting hurt like I got a flu. Now we in our time. The word is a trap, got me flowing like we on some water. Girl, let's go on a cruise. Now we in our time. Oh, honey, I like you know. Your spaceship's like a oh Pontiac girl. Your spaceship's like a oh Pontiac like you know. Yeah. Your spaceship's like a oh Pontiac girl. If I am bad, praise God, I pay that. Time for you to update. It's usually buff, girl. It's that computer love. Wise as all the serpents, but I'm gentle like the cutest dove. Life I have you dirty, let's just make sure that you using dove. Tell me, is you trying to get that booty rub? Power in the jiggle, make me fall in with the cupid does. Yeah. Know you had to lose some friends. If you at the hotel, can you tell me, girl, what room you in? Loose screws off through your head, somebody gotta screw 'em in. You ain't break your neck, cause it's some shit that you won't do for them. Now letting go some shit that won't allow you just to move on. Got a lot of dreams that you ain't trying to make a move on. Like boss, what's the greatest ever? Put that on his tombstone. Might just pull up on you unannounced and carrying who home. Like shit be crazy, dog. I ain't talking Cujo. Some shit just ain't cool, home. Yeah, flights fly by. Some shit ain't cool. Now we in our time. If we wanna roll a couple blunts and sit back and open up a couple of brews. Now we in our time. Girl, where you at? Got me feeling like my life is starting hurt like I got a flu. Now we in our time. The word is a trap. Got me flowing like we on some water. Girl, let's go on a cruise. Now we in our time. Oh, honey, I like you know. Your spaceship's like a oh Pontiac girl. Your spaceship's like a oh Pontiac like you know. Yeah. Your spaceship's like a oh Pontiac girl. If I am bad, praise God, I pay that. That low got me choosing vibes. Blue genie falling from the sky and coolly hot. You not with flight bars, you haven't been truly high. I stand on business, I ain't talking about no suit and tie, yeah. Bitches know I'm ready for the world like a singing group. Trust me, I ain't really want your girl. Why you think it's true? Big ass wedding ring, you done got a wild finger blue. She just wanna learn some different stuff, I know a thing or two. She was really thinking I was gonna save her too. Because her ex up in the face look like he saved her too. Fuck that alpha talk, he's just the same as all the beta dudes. They got that I finally made a move just to have you with no baggage. You can be my princess in my castle or my palace. I'm Aladdin, you my Jasmine, flying on that magic carpet. Ain't knowing what we should say. Just wanna be like Ice Cube, I just hope we have a good day. Yeah, yeah, flights fly by, some shit ain't cool. Now we in our time. If we wanna roll a couple blunts and sit back and open up a couple of brews. Now we in our time. Girl, where you at? Got me feeling like my life is starting hurt like I got a flu. Now we in our time. The word is a trap, got me flowing like we on some water. Girl, let's go on a cruise. Now we in our time. Oh, honey, I like you know. Your spaceship's like a oh Pontiac girl. Your spaceship's like a oh Pontiac like you know. Yeah. Your spaceship's like a oh Pontiac girl. If I am bad, praise God, I pay that.
Sit back, relax, bitch. Goddamn, suck this dick. That. Real shit. All right, now we're gonna get it straight into the alignments and straight into what we got to get into. Because y'all need to know what's going on in the esoteric world. So you can float around, jump back down in this motherfucking land, and shit, be just ice skating on water. Shit, grandma, don't bother me right now. Don't bother me, bitch. Little rusty elbow, goddamn knee icy hot in the back of the goddamn shoulder blade, grandma. Other than that, well, shit, old rusty arthritis in the left kneecap face. Real shit. So look, this is what we need to understand. Look, check this out. We got the sun in motherfucking Virgo, and we got the moon in goddamn Leo in this goddamn. I mean, do not so much cursing at the beginning. Because it's a PBS channel. I ain't even cursing. I just said a whole bunch of English. I went to English class. It got a piece of Briticana in it and stuff like that. Americana. So don't, so you can't shame me. I'm on America's soil. So I'm on America's soil. Hey, I learned the A, B, C, D, E, F. So I learned all that. I learned that in high school and stuff like. So you can't be trying to tell me and stuff that little bitch and fuck, cunt, slut, dance. You know what I'm saying? You can't be telling me that's like bad and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can't be really telling me that's bad and stuff like that. I was born in this world. I ain't make that shit up. I ain't make split up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't make that split up. I don't go no further than that. You know what I'm talking about, YouTube, do you? You know what I'm talking about, do you, YouTube? No. So don't try. Other than that, keep the transcript to yourself. Keep your hands off the button of the transcript buttons and green. Turn the buttons to yellow. Keep them green. Keep them green. All right, now look, like I say, there's a big little analytic page. So that's for all my content creators. I think a little green analytic page next to the world button. No, so that's always a good day and a good week. It didn't go no further than that. Go further than that. The analytic page, the analytic button page. But yeah, like I said, we got some extracurricular, Krusty Krab energies in the sky because we got this Leo energy. You know, anytime it's Leo, it's extreme narcissism. It's all about what about me energy? What about my frog? You know what I'm saying? Like we watching class act or some goddamn shit. So we doing that right now with the moon, and we doing that with Mercury, and we getting prepared for the goddamn new moon. And then Virgo. So we're going to be in a situation where we got to change your heart about something. We got to change your feeling about something. We don't feel the same way about something that we previously was. Now, it could be like an epiphany energy. For the most part, it could be something that you previously disliked and it turned into a like, or it could be something that you liked and it turned into a dislike. But ain't no gray area, ain't no black and white anytime we're dealing with a full moon or new moon energy. Ain't no new moon is just new horizons. Full moon is with the full compensation of something, or the full ovulation, or the full orgasm of something. And then for the most part, based upon all that energy that you was putting in them thoughts and feelings, that's going to be the ovulation or the outcome or the orgasm that play out during the full moon. So, you know, when people be playing out a lot of negative energies and stuff like that, especially when it comes to celebrities and shit, this is why they're always in that situation of things happen around the full moon, and even the way like the court system be conjuncting things. They do it all, they do the main things around new moon and full moon phases. So that's why you're seeing a lot of attention to things of that nature to, you know, Free Young Thug and shit like that. And during the full moon, other things that they was adding to the case. So they add things to the case during full moons, and then they go with the lead of what they added during new moons. So they go forward with the new moon, and they add on from previous concept from the full moon. And then that kind of give you a little context of how you can see how the government is utilizing things. So when it's leading up to a full moon, they adding all kind of shit. That was the time. Shout Lil Woody. He doing a Matrix psyop right now. I love that little Matrix psyop he doing. But let me not speak too much on that. But boom, they added him in due to the fact of the full moon and other participants in the circumstance in the situation. And then when you see anytime it's a new moon, they're moving the case forward. But you could get so distracted in this case and start realizing that it's taking for goddamn ever. They need to go ahead and let everybody out because it's the whole goddamn every lawyer, all the DA and stuff, all fucking the criminals and shit like that. So it's like some big old love and hip hop in Atlanta, Mountain of Atlantis type shit. And I felt that vibe every time. I felt this real strong when I was just down there recently and things of that nature. But already since I left, I already knew, man, that little Young Thug ain't about to be in there that long. This little weird vibe, man, even when you just out and about in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? The bitches don't like dick and the dudes don't like pussy. It's not everybody. You know what I'm saying? But just for the case, like the majority and stuff. So all the people that's fucking is in the system somehow. Whether you're a rapper or you're a lawyer, you somebody assistant, you somebody manager, dumb the only people that's really fucking in Atlanta right now. If you just somebody trying to come up in Atlanta right now, that time might be over. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. It's like a whole different time and shit. Like, you know, you might not, you know what I'm saying? Let's not get too much into that. It's the PBS channel. You know what I'm saying? It's the PBS channel. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Atlanta, you just go to the malls and stuff. You can go to Lenox Mall. You know what I'm saying? Keep your eyes on the product. Y'all said keep your eyes on the Nike shoes you see through the window. You going to buy some, go straight to that. All said, don't stop for no one trying to grift. Don't have no one under an eye like you interested in anything outside of your mind. You keep your mind focused. And then when you get out, you'll like swipe off your spiritual sweat and be like, oh shit, I get it. I get why everybody looking at Atlanta the way they looking at it. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. Yeah, Sam, but shout out to Atlanta. That's almost like my third, fourth home and shit like that. Third, fourth. But shout out to Atlanta too. All the soul group down there. Y'all know y'all is and shit. But it's Atlantis for real right now. Now that energy trying to trickle into Texas and those areas and stuff like that. Then it's going to trickle over in Cali. And before you know it, the whole world is some new type of goddamn psyop. We ain't know started in 2000 goddamn 18, a little bit before COVID-19. I was like, you got to think about it. COVID-19, 2019. Sound like a plan to me. So like a plan to me. All right, we're gonna do this year, 2019. Hey, what we gonna name it, Jimmy? Let's call it 19. Oh, no, this sounds like a plan to me. Sound like a plan to me. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know it came out the lab. Based off niggas planning. That's about it. I said just as simple as that. Hey, we figured out a new made-up star constellation. Hey, what we gonna name it? James Webb. Hey, let's name it James Webb. You know what I'm saying? It's just as simple as that when it comes to them. It's just as simple as that when it comes to them. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, remember Adam who wrote the Bible with Paul and stuff like that? Hey, shit, let's make up some mechanism we found in the universe. Hey, what we gonna call it, Adam? Hey, let's call it Adam. That's it. This is as far as it go in their brain. It don't be going no further than that. And this is all of our first name and last names. Some Mason do some Judo last name, some Mason do first name. All of our names is a mixed tic-tac-toe match of Julius Caesar. Guaranteed. It don't matter your name, Jaleesa, Alexandra, Elizabeth, Leo DiCaprio. Somewhere that sounds like Julius Caesar. Somewhere that's a mix and mingle of Don Julio's. It's the same generative principle. It don't matter what you is, male or female. Their last name and your first name, no matter what's the race. They're going to make sure you know it's them. They're going to make sure you know it's them who run the shit. No else, they don't give a fuck what you think or who you think you are. Your name is this, though. And we came up with this, and this is one of our grandfather's names, so you respect it. Get down and lay down. Americana. I'm just keeping it real. I know how to look at street signs and city hall buildings and know my grandmother and that ain't her name. And they're like, I know how to look at that stuff. That'd be y'all fight. Y'all fault. Y'all want to go kill each other and hurt each other and stuff like that instead of just looking at goddamn everybody got traffic tickets and on the little side wall somebody named Dave family, the only people getting rich though. Saying like nobody like to think about. I like to look at stuff like that. That's the stuff I look at. Like you ain't about to have me in no goddamn courtrooms or nothing, and I ain't looking at names and doing research how they got down and how they got they 1-2 together. You know what I'm saying? So I can start respecting some of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I always try to look at somewhere where I can start respecting some of this shit when it got something to do with this. So when it got something to do with that, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna think. Girls, thanks so much for the donation. Real shit. Shout out Bradley Core, Pensacola. I appreciate that from Baltimore. Real shit. You said just closed last week. Yeah, all those bound, even people in real estate. So I'm glad he even brought that up. You said you said off week and got another offer from another. Yeah, things. Mercury just went direct. So we about to start seeing that in waves, and that's why I'm glad you said that. Shout out to Bradley Core. Shout out to Bradley Core because here's the thing. I was just getting ready to get into that. A lot of the restrictions and boundaries that we was experiencing was due to the fact of Mercury being in retrograde. And a lot of us who may be weak spiritually, that's why this channel is for everybody. So, we are strong, but I'm speaking for everybody. Those of us amongst the world that are weak spiritually and things of that nature may have had Mercury retrograde come and throw some type of fork in a roll or distraction in what you was doing that you was kind of getting positive validation from, or probably not too much, but it wasn't bad either. And it started to become extremely negative or downfalling or even losing, to the point that you may lose a job or however the case may be. And it's just because of the energies and the attitudes this extreme Gemini got us in, and Mercury being in retrograde, going from I've been breaking it down all month. So it ain't my fault that ain't nobody listening. I've been breaking it down, getting people prepared. Soon as Mercury went in retrograde and telling people, look, it's in Virgo, but whatever you're making the decision of right now, when it go back into Leo, you're gonna start to realize the stage ain't set for that. You need to be more productive here. And when it went back in Leo, everybody was able to see that. Those who planted bad seeds looked at their stage like, I don't like how I'm looking. Everybody who planted good seeds was like, all right, boom, I can carve this out. So as soon as it go direct, I'm ready to go with it. Everybody who planted bad seeds, back on the stage, oh, I don't like this about myself. Oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. Shit, and then get into a mental confusion in some way, shape, or form. So this is how we gonna be seeing our aunties and everybody, even you right now. And, you know, the shadows know about this, so they use that on us and things of that nature. Why you thinking so much talk about immigration and the recession? So you get the recession, you see immigration come, and then the first thing that'll spark your mind, the news know how to do it. Report some stories of immigrations getting more money than you, or getting a bigger welfare check than you, and things of that nature, as far as the food or whatever like that. I seen one story, I forgot if it was on Fox or CBS, but homegirl, and I don't even be believing a lot of these things too. I think a lot of it is based off expressing or motivating a sentiment for us to go loot. Homegirl got about like $6,000 in food stamps in some case maybe, and then you had everybody who was living in that New York City area complaining about it, like, how is they just able to come over here and I was living here my whole life? Now, I seen it in multiple ways. From a conservative or a politician point of view, I seen it as a person is willing to put in more effort of complaining about not getting welfare than putting in effort than going to get a job. Then I seen it in another aspect too, how it's still wrong in all actuality, how a person could probably be there before other individuals, and how they could just come over there and get the subsidiary from the government is faster than them. Then I seen it in this way. I really didn't believe either part. You know what I'm saying? I really just looked at it like this is something to just put out based upon it's coming from the news, so it's their narrative that they control, and based upon them doing the right tactic to create the right reaction, we know where that reaction leads to. Take your ass in front of a voting booth. So, like, for the most part, just getting lost in it, you could be thinking you making sense. And they so cold with it, they still got you doing what they want you to do anyway. And once you do it, they can give a fuck about what you think. It ain't like shit about to change, shit about nothing. So they didn't got cold with it over the time. It's just right now we in a new shift, and we're all able to get online and communicate with each other at a time that it was happening where we was thinking it was normal, and our aunties and older siblings and things of that nature may not have, it was limited forms of access of online and how we're sharing amongst each other. This is why they're trying to get Gen Z so much right now. You know what I'm saying? So we're able to talk amongst each other and compare and contrast what we once thought was normal that we've seen our elders going through, such as our aunties, uncles, parents, grandparents, foster parents, whoever raised us, older siblings. And we're able to see how we once was in something normal that ain't quite normal, and we got something to compare and contrast it to now. And we can see how it makes sense for that, but how we're in a new shift right now, it doesn't make sense for this new shift. And by the shadows or the government forcing it, it's like, I have to look at it like this. You create a computer and things of that nature for a whole bunch of weak men now that, especially when it comes to Gen Z, they're not even ready military war based upon what you're creating and think was good in one area. Now, when you want to create a draft, who can you actually draft? A bunch of Transformers? So if it ain't no computer type of psyop thingy that y'all can have everybody go to, I don't know what kind of war you think you winning. You know what I'm saying? In today's time with this red pill shit, I'm going to tell you that right now. Not in today's time with this new generations and stuff like that. This is a different time. This ain't, and it's showing a fighting one or a shooting weapon one. This is a computer technician, nerd, whoever could say 9 times 13,000 first, the missile blow off like you're playing Zelda, and then that have to play out like that in real life, and that's how we shoot missiles. If you can't do it like that, I don't know what kind of war y'all think y'all about to be using. You can forget that. And I see that's why they try to put us all on this new technology and Elon Musk shit too. Because that's where it's all going. SpaceX, everything. That's where our tax dollars, everything is going. You see what I'm saying? This is a bad motherfucker. I ain't gonna front. Almond Spice, you know what I'm saying? We all want to take a moment of silence real quick. Let's all take a moment of silence. You know, we want to thank God for Dunkin' Donuts bringing pumpkin spice back a month early. Oh, we gotta really think about this, like, cause they must be thinking about me. Sometimes I be thinking they be thinking about me. How's pumpkin spice here a month early? Oh, hold on, wait a minute. We ain't in Libra season yet. You mean to tell me it's my birthday and Virgo season right now? Shit, how about it? So we want to take a moment of silence for. I'm saying Dunkin' Donuts is bringing this pumpkin spice back real quick, so I got to have my pumpkin spice frozen coffee and shit like that. But just right here, just the almond spice hot latte. That's a bad motherfucker right here too. I be having to think real hard. Pumpkin spice hot latte or almond. Since I'm gonna already get the pumpkin spice frozen coffee, I'm gonna be like, shit, all right, just do the almond for the hot. You know what I'm saying, for the hot. Put it in the refrigerator for later. You know what I'm saying, it's perfect, heated up. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You're in a different planet, different residual system. All jobs get knocked out in about 10 minutes. Every job you ever know you work construction, you put trains together, you put the mother keyboard in the computer system, the mother chip and shit, all that shit you be all around the world the same, so off one coffee, off just one, that's it. All jobs done. Well, I'm gonna keep it 100, like, shit. Everything done. But yeah, a lot of individuals may have went through this Mercury retrograde, and now that it's direct, if you've been planting good seeds and you haven't allowed the distractions to make you be like, oh, fuck this shit, or I don't care about this goal, or I don't care about this dream. Because if you had the idle mind, or you was low-key distracted a little bit, that's how it would play out. It'll start playing out like, I don't even like what I was doing. I'm about to go get another job, or I'm about to do something else. I'm about to create another circumstance. But if you've been planting good seeds and you ain't let no distraction with Mercury being in retrograde frustrate you as it go back into Virgo, you're going to start to see it being lightened up. And it might be hard to even question why is you getting blocked in the first place. It might be even hard to even question that, but because it might be in unknown ways. But whatever you were sitting around pondering and coming up with, that was it. Regardless if you seen it as negative or positive, like that was it. And if you was planting good seeds and you start to see positive movement now, you have to chalk it up to that being the faith and belief. Like, okay, that must have been it. Even if I can't see why that's working for my life now, I'm getting ready to see how it's playing out. And then in the future, you'll be able to look back and be like, oh, okay, that's what that was for. And if that wasn't for this and that wasn't for that, I wouldn't be in the position I am at the moment. So for the most part, that's the train of thought that and line of reasoning we're all going through right now with Mercury going direct. You know what I'm saying? It's all in the mind. So if you understand how to put that together and it's going back into Virgo, any things that you was working towards going to be more lighter, more easier than harder. So if you planted good seeds, you're going to be in a position to be able to work more smarter than harder. If you planted bad seeds, you may have to work more harder than smarter. You may not even you might be too distracted even to come up with a good smarter idea about whatever you're doing due to the fact of everything that's distracting you at the moment. Deals, circumstances, other shit. Thank you so much for the Cashapp Terrace Pots. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. So it could be all kind of circumstances and shit that get you distracted during this particular time. But as it go direct, and if you planting good seeds, you're going to start to see the outcome. Even if you don't understand what's the setback for. Don't ponder on it. Because anytime you ponder, that manifests more setbacks and more, and it'll play out in areas that don't even have anything to do with that current or previous setback. And you just end up being a setback individual. Then you end up being one of them type of individuals that you probably watch my live streams and can kind of consider you got friends like this, where a person look at you like a party pooper, aka not like you at a party and you a downer, but you just a toxic individual where you let things in your own life get out of hand mentally and physically. So just a person being around you, they're drained and they end up experiencing the same situations even when they ain't around you and things of that nature. And they have to come up in their mind like, damn, it's because of this motherfucker's energy, or however the case may be. It could be a peaceful time and just depending on a spirit and their energy and things of that nature. You could be walking through the park, or however the case may be. One person make you feel free walking through the park. Another person make you feel like, I don't even want to walk through the park no more. This motherfucker's attitude. You know what I'm saying? Real shit that made a peaceful ass park toxic with this fucking spirit here, emanating thought forms in the fucking peaceful ass park. Why the fuck I bring this person to the park with me to walk? You know what I'm saying? Just for me to come here and toxify the air for myself and other people because this fart cloud next to me and they retarded ass thought forms. But like, shit like that. You could end up being an individual like that at this particular time and shit like that, where your vibe end up being a distaste or toxic for another individual, and you will be able to get you will get that vibe, and then that tit for tat will start. And don't nobody want to be in no situation of tit for tat right now, especially if you dealing with people. You know, you might be in an organization, you might be in a business, you might be in a marriage, you might be in a relationship, you might be in a siblingship right now. Y'all trying to get things together. That'd be the worst time to be dealing with that right now. That tit for tat, tic tac toe, pity pat energy right now. That we can't externally just outright express the problem because we know all the petty layers that led up to this. So these things have to be distracted and fighting with first. So it becomes a mental game before any physical action take. So like a marriage, it'll be a whole bunch of being frustrated with each other instead of just getting a divorce. You know what I'm saying? Or siblingship or business corporation. It'll be a whole bunch of secret casting out stones like the Lion King, singling out people and favoritism energy and nepotism energy. But it's like, it ain't physically, it's just obvious metaphysically. You feel the vibe as soon as you get there. You're like, oh, okay, I know this person don't fuck with me no more. Oh, I know these people teaming up. Oh, this person told me this, so I know this group of people on my side here at this job. Okay, so this gonna be like this right now for a few months. And then, you know what I'm saying? Because, workplaces ain't nothing but high school. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Just different ages and races. All the same. The only thing different is the ages. And that's it. And the moment you got a job in your life, the moment y'all realize, no matter how old somebody is, they might still act 16. So you learn how to grow up real fast when you got your first job and shit like that. And be like, oh, damn, this 70-year-old woman and shit like that. This bitch act like she's 22. I act older than her here and shit like that. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm saying real shit. You gotta learn how to let things frustrate you real fast. You know what I'm saying? Because you there for a check. You ain't there to make friends. That's the thing. That's the problem, too. That's the problem a lot of y'all have. And that goes for everything. That ain't just job. You have to build that rapport. Make people respect that. When it's just in the case of that, you put it in the lens of high school. It's just people you know. You know that these people ain't get ready to be your best friends or anything of that nature. You know anybody that's your best friend that you left, it played out that way. It wasn't something y'all planned on it. So when you go to work and plan on telling everybody your motherfucking business like they your friends, you ain't planning on caring about none of these smack monkey ass motherfuckers once you leave work and clock the fuck out and things of that nature. You need to keep thinking that in your mind. I know every time it get hard because you in the vibe. It make time go by faster. You know what I'm saying? Make all kind of shit and things of that nature. But at the same time, you got to learn how to have that balance. You got to learn how to jump rope. You know what I'm saying? Be like, all right, this is the time, not get too invested because I know this could lead into next week of a situation that'll play out of me not even wanting to be here for the rest of that month. And I'd rather keep things in this way it is now. So let me play limbo. Participate today with it. Tomorrow, not so much. I know when they get this little smack monkey or shade bird bitch get ready to come over here and bring up the same thing they brought up the whole week and stuff. I know to slide up out that conversation this time. And then do it in the next 2 days. This is how you got to play with it until God get you up out that shit. Until God get you up out that fucking shit. Just work with God until God get you the fuck up out that shit. God will get you out if you working with it like that. If you let these things overthrow you, trust me, you end up having to quit anyway because shit, somebody to piss you off and you ain't trying to go upside somebody's head and be in jail also. You know what I'm saying? So it's better just to lose the job other than the motherfucker lose your freedom too at the moment. You know what I'm saying? And some people, shit, that go too far. Trust me, I know, even though I only got one job, but at the same time, you can look at movies, you can look at circumstances. I'm in the hood, I deal with people every day. That's a real motherfucking thing and shit like that. You dealing with people every day. So when you're dealing with people every day, that goes beyond the job. Shit, at some point, it's going to be a day the job don't matter. It's going to be a day the check don't matter. It's going to be a day your pride, your ego, that's the only thing, your emotions, how they made you feel, that's the only thing matter right now. And if the manager even look at you a way that you allowed them to look at you before, but after it, they said words, they made you do something, you had to go home and feel salty and be like, they ain't had another person do that. Shit, you wait until the body language this time, like, I can't wait. Today the perfect day to quit by going upside somebody's head. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, yeah, we be really needing those goddamn spiritual mind regulating soul figures for real. And ain't nobody exempt. That's for everybody. All the way to the goddamn president. Shout out to George Washington. You know what I'm saying? So it is about creating healthy practices every day. And every day ain't gonna be easy. Every day ain't promised to be goddamn special for you. So then what you do is how you do it. But when God see you do it in a specific way and you ain't let the third dimension re-steer you in a way that was out of your own will and volition and you turned it into a desire, that's when God gonna give you that, you being in a lesser form of being, God being a greater form, putting that greater form in your lesser, that you could be a vessel for something greater amongst lessers. That's how you actually be blessed. Because you will never be less, but your being is in a lesser form than something that you was given to you that was greater, that you can use in your lesser form to show others that's just like you, they have access to that too. And you can be the walking example, because ain't nobody about to see, hear, or motherfucking feel God, unless God using a child at the moment, male or female, God, meaning God or goddess, as you as a vessel, and that's all you here for, regardless of motherfuckers like it or not. You know, the manager could kiss your motherfucking ass, but you need to be looking at it like, shit, without me, this job wouldn't be running with no well-oiled running machine and shit. Not, goddamn it, I got to take your bullshit because you on your period today, or you got to plunger up your ass today because your wife ain't treat you right before you came and manager today. You know what I'm saying? However the case it may be. Because a lot of times it be that too. They bring spirits and shit like that. They be in certain spaces bringing energies from them spaces, them spirits to the workplace. They ain't even got nothing to do with nobody there. And that goes for all things. So you sharing business, siblingships, partnerships, all things. So we just have to know how to create a healthy practice, know who we dealing with, and therefore, when we create a healthy practice, the relationship doesn't have to be destructive. It can be a circumstance where, when it reached that space, we individuals don't have to take extreme measures where it's so much things that have been brought in between is a bridge burner, and then now it can be like a healthy resolving type of relationship to a certain degree, and these could be your family. These could be people that you're networking with that can make the business flourish a lot more further and stuff like that. And a lot of times we have to check our own egos at time before we prevent something that can actually be good for our business and our survival in our life. And that's what we all just basically in it for, in this motherfucking shit. That's why I don't shame jobs like y'all might hear other content creators and things of that nature that may try to make you think you should just go be in the woods and be musty or some shit like that. No, you know, if you got a purpose, God might make your purpose make you not need a job. But depending on your purpose, the job may be an asset just to put you on your feet with your purpose. And you might be used as a vessel to be an example at everybody at that job on what their mind should be on, instead of being at that job just working for their bills and being in high school. They could be at that job working for their purpose that could get them out of there, as you becoming a vessel and an example for them when you have an actual purpose and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And everybody may not understand the purpose, but God do, and you laughing to the bank do. So it ain't for everybody to understand. It's for you and God to understand, and what God's showing you. And when God's showing you gold at the end of the goddamn rainbow, like the little Lucky Charm goddamn box mascots we all are and shit like that, leprechauns and gremlin faces. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, the contact lenses we put on our gremlin faces and things of that nature could be $2 not question marks. You see what I'm saying? So you ain't got to be running around looking clueless. You know what I'm saying? You could be running around looking flawless. You know what I'm saying? Looking like you're valued, looking like you're of something, looking like you're being a part of, or you're being what you set yourself out to be. And when you take one step, create that mental vision, what you set yourself out to be, God take another step. So mote it be. You see what I'm saying? And all you gotta do is take the step when God present that other one. When you take one step, God take another. All you gotta do is take that other step, and then shit, that's you having faith and belief in whatever you set out there. That was that one step, and when God took another, you got to leap, because that's God giving you the rope. Jump, so you can boom catch it, and I'll bring you up on a helicopter on this flight and things of that nature. And sometimes people be scared to leap, scared to transform. You know what I'm saying? Scared to do, based upon this time and the distractions of, you may not get liked, or you may not be getting liked as who you compare yourself to, or how you think you're being seen, that little stingy, vulnerable energy that come from it. When you let these feelings, these bitches, take more control over your actions and things of that nature. This is God looking at it like, you too weak, you too scary to jump to take the rope. You came to the edge of the mountain. So now that I'm giving you the rope so you don't have to look down, I need you to jump on the rope as faith and belief so you can fly to the promised land. Don't walk to the edge of the cliff like you want to go to the promised land if you're not willing to take that leap. Or turn your monkey ass around. You know what I'm saying? Be careful what you ask for. These ain't what you actually wanted. This ain't what you want. Shout out to Lil Durk. You didn't want these problems. You didn't want that success. You didn't want that attention. You're acting like you can't handle it. Turn your funky ass around until you can handle it. And when you come back to the cliff, I might have a rope with this helicopter there again. AKA, that's that little allegory. Thanks so much for the cash app. Mooney Mercury, baby. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real shit. Got a channel too. This that little allegory I put when, Hell's Kitchen. And when you was just cooking, AKA, you was in the kitchen and things of that nature. You was too busy, lost in your desires, doing all the seasoning and stuff like that. Then you didn't even realize it was a window in the kitchen until it started getting hot. Then once the opportunities start to close, the window of opportunity, now you're starting to question, oh, damn, I didn't know it was hot in here and I didn't even know it was a window. Who controlled this? Now you're looking for God. Now you want God to open the window to give you a little breather again because now you're ready to jump through the window. Now you're ready to jump and go get that axe. Go get that rope. But a lot of times it'd be too late. And if God do it again, it may be a little harder for you to do it. So the window may not be as open as it was previously when you wasn't paying attention to it. And it was sliding down because you was too busy cooking and not doing things in moderation. Knowing that the room need breeze and also knowing that you're cooking at the moment. So God got this little mechanism where the window slide down when a person ain't paying attention to it, AKA as an allegory of you too distracted in what you desire other than your own will and volition and getting into that energy of not needing and still being able to be okay and stuff like that. And next time God may come with the rope. It may not be as close to the edge of the cliff as it was previously. So your faith and belief may have to be a little stronger, AKA your jump may have to be a little further. You know what I'm saying? And that time, how you was questioning it the first time, you may really have to question it that time. Like, I might not even be able to make this jump, God. Come on. I'm ready this time because I convinced myself that the first time was okay, and now you got it further. So then God will be like, man, fuck you. Well, use that word hope there and turn your ass around again and stay in hell. I might not ever come back this time. Actually, the last Judah person, when the last time they see me, I guarantee they say about 2,000 years. Like, oh, I'm saying, so you don't want to get in that cycle with God. Shit, I looked that long time ago, eons ago. I ain't trying to be in all the shit. Whatever my talent is, wherever I'm born, however the circumstance may be, you better do what God gave you a gift to do. You get lost in no damn peer pressure about shit. No high school shit, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? No environment, social norm shit, nothing. You do this, that'll be fine. And every time I listen to God, I'll be fine. Yep. It never failed. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't lose no coolness or nothing. It make it cooler. It make it cooler. Intelligence is cool. Don't ever have nobody making you seem like intelligence ain't cool. Like it's cool to be stupid. No, it ain't cool to be stupid. And don't ever let nobody convince you it's cool to be stupid. And a person don't even have to actually tell you that. You can look at their actions. You know they're stupid. A lot of y'all got family, friends, associates, co-workers, and things of that nature. You could tell they're stupid as shit. Like, so you left them behind and shit. Like, you like, damn, this family member ain't gonna quite make it and things of that nature and shit. Or this co-worker, however the case may be. Real shit. Ooh, pardon me. Ooh, I had another point, though. What was my point? I had a point. Yeah. So, a lot of times, they don't even have to actually say it. They could just already be in that energy. And you have to know that. It don't matter even what you say. You ain't gonna be able to make that person not stupid. It's something that's in their DNA and their brain and shit like that. So you got to so a lot of times when you don't act like them and shit like that, this is where you get that little secret psyop amongst your family and shit. You know what I'm saying? Where they like single you out because you ain't the main one that need to borrow money all the time, or you ain't the main one that need this all the time, or you got a lot of your own shit and shit like that. A lot of things you be thinking someone should congratulate you about. It'd be a lot of shit that you'd be like, damn, I'm getting hated for. What's going on with this? This is my blood or family, or this is a person I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for the donation. Say Uno AT. I appreciate that from Bum Heart. Real shit. You got a channel too. Y'all check out the videos I got with Mooney Mercury baby and Saint Uno. This motherfucker shit. down in the ATL, putting in spiritual work, because that's it. The little things we do, and that's for everybody. When we talk about spiritual work, that matters most in all. But these be the things that we think don't matter. But those be the things that spark the mind that we start seeing as trends and waves and flights and stuff like that, that's actually supposed to be pushed in the world, that actually did the most damage to anything, that no matter if you in shadow, inner workings or not, things like that actually is the most powerful in the world. And others who don't have that quality just have to put themselves in a position of mimic it and taking the talking points. And then that's how we see all these puppets and stuff like that on the news channels and stuff like that, where they just really sound like content creators based off our sentiment, because we are the people. So if we know we are the power, it's time for us to start taking charge of that and doing that the right way. And a lot of times we just waste our time not doing it at all, due to the fact of our day-to-day distractions that we be in and shit like that, where we don't want to take that leap, we don't want to take that rope based upon societal norms. Then that blocks us from being in a position of where we can accumulate what God got for us, due to the fact of we're living our life for other people. We're living our life for our whatever in our mind, or some stupid shit that really don't mean nothing, especially don't mean laughing going to the bank nowhere. So you gotta be gang. Now also, so like I said, when it comes into the moon, pardon me. Damn, when it comes into the moon and Mercury being in Leo, both of these is trining Chiron in North Node in retrograde in Aries. So we in a situation where sometimes we can set the stage to make a mistake. We can set the stage where we're too selfish. We can set the stage where we're being over dramatic, and we only caring about our own independent thought and feeling about something, without full context of the whole scenario and seeing how it may help the scenario or hurt it. So being over explosive right now and things of that nature could be an issue too. Thank you so much for the donation, Richard Napier. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real shit. You know, I'm a number 9 individual too. Well, life path number. And Venus is in Libra right now. So it's sextiling and it's opposing Chiron and North Node, and it's sextiling the moon and Venus. So for the most part, when it comes into that, the way we love, appreciate, and value how we relate to others and stuff, if we start to get too much into our own independence, individuality, and stuff like that, sometimes we can make a mistake. But when it comes into it being unbalanced, how we can see how we are making a mistake, that mistake also shows us what was our previous mistakes. So it's also positive due to the fact of it's trining the moon and Venus, not the moon and Venus, but the moon and Mercury, but also it being opposed with something that is like in an opposite position of how we see something. So for the most part, our independence, Chiron, our gaining comfortability with uncomfortability, North Node, both of these being in Aries, something to do with our passions, motivations, sexual energies, desires, or however the case may be. That being a complete opposite in energy of Venus, aka, and Venus is at home. So it may even make us more distracted with wanting to get that dealt with, other than wanting to even deal with anything that's dealing with the Aries energy, as far as because it's in Chiron in the North Node. Now, for the most part, based upon Venus being in Libra, this might makes us feel unbalanced or unfair, due to the fact of anytime we're trying to go for our independence, we might can't do it independently. Anytime we're trying to go for our spiritual growth, it might not be the context for that to happen in some way, due to the fact of Venus, Libra, opposing Chiron, North Node, and that love, appreciation, value, relatability, and compromising need to be dealt with others, or need to be dealt with some type of form of communication or networking, before you could just go out on your own and actually do something. And when you go out on your own and actually do something, it can actually make a mistake right now that's actually in opposing energy to the things that you love, appreciate, value, relate to, or what you're willing to compromise with. So you might not be doing things thinking you're selfish, but it may come across like you're selfish due to the fact of these opposing energies. And just by you on being on your spiritual path may step on people's toes, especially a person that you married to or something like that. You might be on a spiritual path that's trying to expand, North Node, Aries, but that's getting comfortable with uncomfortable scenarios, doing something new. unfamiliar. So learning your capabilities and incapabilities when it comes to something you have to do alone or independent that doesn't necessarily have others involved, as far as family, friends, associates, or coworkers that may not be into the same thing. And based upon Venus being in Libra, that's going to create some type of energy where the people that you have to compromise with may see that as selfish, may see that as self-serving, self-centered, or lack of awareness of others in some case may be. And you might not look at it like a mistake, but it's going to develop like a mistake even if you don't see it as one, due to the fact of it's Aries in Chiron and the North Node, and Venus is opposite right now. Now the help it can get is due to the fact of Mercury and the moon. So the sextile energy and the trine energy is what can help the opposing energies not be so opposing, where it seemed like just you being you, or you going for what you want to go for, automatically make a sibling or a relative mad, or a friend mad, or or a co-worker mad. Now, it's about setting the stage for the flame or what you're creating. Now, that's with the moon and Mercury. So in your mind and your reaction needs to be expressed based on what you're centered on, Leo, that needs to be given attention to. And you have to express it like you care about it, because it's Leo. You're putting spotlight on it, or people won't see what you're actually, what's motivating you to even act differently or things of that nature. So first you have to show a person, and don't be scared. You're setting the stage. Sometimes you might gotta be a drama queen, a drama king right now for what you are emotionally into. That trine is going to blend into Aries as a 120-degree angle in Chiron, and it might look like a mistake through the lens of others, but it's actually going to show others what they're supposed to be doing. So now it make that selfish energy look more relatable. So that's the different qualities of Leo and Aries, where Aries don't care about attention to go on their own, but Leo care about attention but know how to get it better than Aries, when Aries is being detaching. So them two qualities are going to come together and blend in well as a trine, where whatever this explosive energy is going to look justified, and it's going to be respected because you're taking your independent stance on it. So whatever looked like a mistake really ain't going to be a mistake at all. That's transmuting it. Then that's going to blend in with the 60-degree angle with Leo and Venus and Libra. So it's going to make the people that you love, appreciate, value, and willing to compromise with understand where you're coming from, aka understand the stage that you're setting, and didn't know that you cared about that thing, whatever that they was lost in, to not to value you or whatever the case may be. Now they know what you valuing. You set the stage for what you value. Now they can sit back and be like, oh, okay, that's understandable. And boom, then that's going to help your spiritual growth when you go into Aries with the North Node to do something independent. And instead of it being a head-on collision with Aries and with the Libra and Venus, it's going to be a blending in match, even in stick, where the people that you love, appreciate, and value is going to actually understand the independent spiritual growth you're going through, even if it was something that was done to them from you that may be perceived as negative and things of that nature. So you're going to have grace and have consideration and compassion for whatever mistake you made, because you actually doing something for God, and you know what you made was a mistake, and you're taking like actions towards taking self-accountability, because you're reaching for what you're trying to do now that don't involve into anything that led you to what you want to do now. And the things that led you to what you want to do now, probably a whole bunch of negative shit. And all that negative shit, you're just going to be able to look at it like, I needed to see something of what I was doing to even break out of that anyway, so I can even know that was negative, so I can see something else. And once you're just in that space, it'll come out in different words, and people around you will be able to understand where you're coming from, and then boom, you don't have to see yourself in the same light how you seen yourself previously that ain't nothing but damaged. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of sextile energy, especially when it comes into the Gemini. So we got the two trine sextile energies going on. When we have North Node, Chiron, Aries, Mercury, Moon, Leo. But then we got Venus and Libra opposing Aries, but Venus and Libra sextiling Mercury and the Moon and Leo. And then The moon and the sun. I mean, the moon and Mercury being in Leo, both sextiling Jupiter and Mars in Gemini, and Jupiter and Mars trining Venus in Libra. So we got this big old trine sextile shit going on, where there's a lot of opportunities for our gifts or destruction, because opportunities can lead both ways, negative or positive, but the door is open for it to happen. And trines play out as gifts. So we can have negative or positive gifts, but we'll be able to get away with whatever gift we have, and we're doing it in an intelligent way. So the trines is coming from Leo, the Mercury and the moon, trine in Aries, Chiron, and North Node Aries. Then we got Gemini, Mars, Jupiter, trying to goddamn Venus, and goddamn it, motherfucking Libra, and then we got that opposing Aries, and then we got both of those sextiles with the Gemini and Libra doing with Leo. So we could get confused into thinking we can get away with something that we may can't. We could get confused into thinking that we're taking a shortcut or a monetary gain when we're not, because we see the opportunity, and based off the gift or lack thereof of a gift, that'll be if it's successful or not. But even if you do got the gift, you could become too greedy and have your spiritual mouth bigger than your spiritual stomach and take too much on your plate, where just because you had access to something don't mean you had to overuse it, don't mean you had to over abuse it, don't mean you had to overdo it. See what I'm saying? Bars. Because just as fast as you got it, you can lose it. Bars. So that's basically that whole little triangular little system that you see the little arrow and on the astrology wheel and shit going on right now. And whatever house that you got Mercury going direct in, you're going to start to see doors opening up in that area. So whatever house you got Virgo in, you're going to start to see doors open up. So if it's in your first house, you're going to start to see your personal life open up. You might start opening up more personally. If it's your second house, you might see the things that you value start to become more valuable. Third house, you might start to see your surroundings start to open up to what you got to offer, even when it comes to auditions and things of that nature that you've been working towards that may not seem like they was opening up as doors and opportunities previously. Right now they might do. Fourth house, right? You might be in a situation where you start to see doors open to resolve situations with home, family, domestic issues, being able to obtain more privacy now. Fifth house, you see doors opening up where your character and the way you express yourself being more accepted than it was previously, or currently right now. You might have been getting your way and got stifled due to the fact of it being in retrograde, and you start seeing the same things that you was doing not working no more. And now those very same things going to start working again. It's just the Mercury retrograde wanted to see that you carve out the little things that ain't work, so you can see that this is a possibility that could pop back up anytime there's another Mercury retrograde. And if you go ahead and get it out the way right now, you can take this time to also look at previous situations and see what worked and what didn't work. Allow previous people, places, and things to pop back up because it's a retrograde. Decipher the circumstance for what it is, and see what could be a necessity for your current circumstance and your purpose, and see what may have been a mistake of why it didn't work previously, so you don't do these things again. And all of that is you maximizing the full potential of a Mercury retrograde, even when it's going through a blockage at the moment. Because previous people, places, and things always pop back up in your life during a retrograde or previous issues. Let's say if you're a person that don't even like to keep maintenance on your car and things of that nature, so it might have been a little sweet spot for a couple of months that you ain't even have to deal with that. Mercury retrograde pop back up. Boom. You were so comfortable, you already had what you're going to do with your check or however the case may be, due to the fact of not even thinking about the vehicle, but you already in the character of a person that's not keeping maintenance with it. So as soon as you 6 months go down the line and you plan something and shit like that, boom, that's when it pop up. Your car, you was going to get paid before you did. I'm saying, oh shit. So sometimes you got to know what's going on. Ooh, shit, I feel good. You got to know what's going on with that kind of energy too. But shit, Mercury. Ooh, I said shit. No, spit. I'm talking about spit. YouTube. But Mercury being in the sixth house, right? You might find doors opening up when it comes to your work, health, routine, scheduling, things that you do on a day-to-day basis. And did I skip the fifth house? If I did, just go back. You may find doors opening up when it comes to how you express yourself, fun and enjoyment, the way you can entertain yourself and not being so depressed due to the fact of being distracted with things that limit your ability to have fun and enjoy yourself. Um, when you get into sixth house, finishing that off, you might find doors opening up when it comes to better ways or easier ways other than harder ways of taking care of your responsibilities, or create more discipline or having more time for your diet or exercises or your routines or your patterns or things you're supposed to stay disciplined on to develop a healthy work ethic. Um, Seventh house, you might be in a situation where you might see doors opening up to resolve relationships or your ability to network in a more sufficient manner and things of that nature. So that could be the case also. Then it might have been unresolved circumstances and unbalancing of relationships. Also, these are going to be a time where you're going to be able to come up with better solutions, or individuals that you're involving yourself with, they may come up with better solutions due to the fact of having Virgo in the seventh house. If you got Virgo in the eighth house, you're going to be in a situation where you may see doors opening up where you are better at picking and choosing the individuals that you are doing things in secret with, or developing your passions, motivations, or your desires and stuff like that. You're more into an energy where, okay, now I might have made a lot of mistakes even when I was trying not to and thought I knew better. Right now, okay, I can see how I could do better, and it doesn't have to be a situation of where I'm just going to manifest the outcome of me going through a phase again and shit like that and making a whole bunch of mistakes. But that's going to be the energy right now. You're going to start to see doors opening up when it comes to your passions and motivations too, if they're healthy ones. If they're negative passions and motivations and stuff like that, you may find yourself being in a situation where that get destroyed at this time, where things move forward and those unhealthy desires and passions move forward away from you, and you can't do them no more. Everything that was in the dark going to come to the light, and you're going to be able to do those things no more because you was doing it in private, and it might have not even been positive what you was actually doing. So you have to keep that in mind too. Then you got ninth house. Yeah, because the eighth house always get a little tricky. Sometimes you gotta be careful. You might be in a situation where you think you're doing something, but it might be self entitled energy, or it might be, oh, I deserve this energy because this was done to me. And so in your mind, you getting over it ain't getting over in your mind. It's you getting what you deserve, and you think some self titled shit. So sometimes eighth house energies and transits make you do toxic things even when you don't think so. So you have to be aware of that too. Always overcheck your eighth house when you got transits going through it. Ooh, pardon me, y'all. Also, ninth house, you're gonna see doors opening up when it comes to your ability to have better advice. You thought your advice was cool, but you start to see that during this particular time, you can't be taking fish out the water too early. So when it comes into the ninth house, you're also going to be looking at it like, okay, I need to I could go forward now with what I'm teaching, because now I know what to teach, or now I know what to learn, or now I know what to develop my moral system on, or now I know where to travel, or now I know where to expand. However the case may be, because that's all dealing with the ninth house. And everything that you went through when it was in retrograde and stuff like that, and then going back in the eighth house is going to show you more better solutions to do with the ninth house, and how to travel internally, aka better things to learn, or even externally, better decision making skills when you are traveling, and what, when, who's, and how's, and was more beneficial for you or not. And when it comes to the things that you're trying to teach and expand on also, and develop your moral system on, you're gonna be like, okay, this the moral system that works. I can make this decision now. I could go for it. These gonna be like the go for it energy is in your mind. The only thing is, it's kind of debilitated. Mercury is debilitated in the ninth and the 12th house. Now, when it comes into Virgo being in and Virgo don't like being in those houses either. Now, if you got Virgo in the 10th house, you may see doors opening up when it comes to your status, what you're known for, how you're seen. It will ultimately come into your career, your popularity level. Hopefully, ain't the lower octave, which is the gossip. Now, if you plant bad seeds, you're going to have to be able to go for whatever this new status that you got that actually add blemishes on things, and it's kind of gossipy. But you're going to be able to see that, damn, that's moving forward now. I can't be seen the way I was seen before because this is moving forward. But if you plant good seeds and stuff like that, these are going to be the qualities that you be able to look at and be like, all right, I'm good now. Or I could go for this career. I could go for this business. Or this gossip right here is good gossip. Let me keep this up, or whatever the case may be, because this is towards a business and a billboard, or however the case may be, or I'm gaining notoriety when it comes to if you snowboard or whatever the case may be. Now, um, 11th house. You might be in a situation where you might start seeing doors open up when it comes to your associations or who you are associated with. You might be like, all right, damn, I was experiencing blockage, I was experiencing some hating, or I experienced some nepotism or some type of weird favoritism type stuff, and now it's not like that no more. Or now I'm on that end and now I got my way with it. Now I control it. And whatever I did, I could do it. Like you might be in that kind of energy as what's in your mind, get ready to be like, all right, you could go for it type shit when it comes to the Mercury going direct. And then in the 12th house, you might, and it's debilitated here, but you might be in an energy also that you feel like you could go for your dreams, imaginations, and your fantasies. And you start to reevaluate what was a delusion and a false faith and belief. And during the retrograde period, that was supposed to be when you did that. And it going back into the 11th house. It might have, like Leo being in the 11th house, it might have had people you are associated with kind of told your dreams off a little bit or let you down or wasn't associated with it to make you feel like it wasn't important. And whatever that you was going through and looking at, once it go back into Virgo in the 12th house, you're going to be able to get rid of that false faith and belief that they wasn't reacting to as creative. They probably was reacting to as a delusion when it came to your dreams and imagination. And you're going to be able to transmute that. And even if you're not, even if you have to disassociate from them, as Mercury go back into the 12th house, as you move along with Mercury and leave those associations alone and go into an area amongst people that's dealing with the 12th house energy, your dreams, imagination, and your fantasies that no longer need that association that you was just with. So it can play out like that too during this particular time. Real shit. But yeah, I gotta finish these damn readings and shit like that, so I can go ahead and be motherfucker free. I'll bust a few moves too, real quick. So everybody go get the readers too. Let's bust a few moves real quick, and then come back and hit the do these goddamn readings and shit. But at the same time, I just wanted to quickly run this down real quick so y'all could be updated on these esoteric energies so you can know how to not be washed up under the current that manifests as goddamn current events. And then you on the opposite end of what's positive during that week or month. And right now we're dealing with this week right now. So yeah, I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Y'all stay spiritually protected in this diggity thing. And so I can go ahead and be free in my mind, right? So I can go ahead and plan right and stuff like that and get constructed and see how I'm gonna do this. And see a lot of y'all in person. And they don't go no further than that, don't go no further than that. That's it.